Hi, it's me again, Robertos, and I'm here with Western States. I work here for Western States Drilling Company, and this is my blog for the day. It's actually going pretty good. I have to study on my CDL, so right now I'm trying to learn to get my CDL. One of the things they want to hear from you, because I took my test already one time, but I failed it by 3, because they want to be more specific on parts and stuff. So I'm going to show you here a little bit on this truck what they want to look for. I can turn this camera around, but I guess not. Well, you can see, here's the motor. They just want you to, be hands-on, make sure no cracks or anything on the belt, like a serpentine belt or something. Describe what this part is and what it does. This is for the AC. You can tell by, you just follow the hoses where they go, and you can tell it's for the AC. So what they want to hear from you is if there's any loose bolts, or is it mounted on correctly, and how do you check it for any loose bolts? How do you know if the bolts are loose or anything? Well, you'll look for corrosions or any strip marks, like shiny. Like if you look right here where the threads are at, you look on the threads, see if there's any stripped or shiny marks, And if they want to see if the hoses are leaking or anything, they're mounted on tightly, There's no leaks. There's no cracks on the compressor. It's a compressor for the AC, and it's belt run. And over here, down here, we got the air compressor. Yeah, it's also connected to the air brakes. See, got the air brakes back there. And same thing for this. It's running off of serpentine belt run, and they just want you to hands-on check, make sure there's no major leaks or any cracks, any loose bolts, if it's mounted on correctly, corrosions or anything. So you go around and then, check all the hoses. You want to hands-on touch all the hoses, make sure they're nice and tight, and make sure the hoses aren't have any strip marks on it. They're not badly weared out. None of the hose lines. There's no dry crackness on them or anything. No slices on them. There's nothing to prevent it to cut it up. They're properly mounted. You can see, they got these little zip ties on them, and so away from anything that can cut them up or anything. And also, they want you to check your fluid levels. You don't have to take the cap off. They just want you to explain them how would you check it. And the way I would check it is I would take, my dipstick, take it out, make sure it's full, then you put it back on. There's no cracks, things, it's well mounted. Thing that's mounted to it's not loose or anything. It's not going to move around. The bolts on it, you can see right here the bolts on it. You can see they're not